What's going on? Trying to figure this out. Cancel. What's up, buddy? What's up, Jane? How are you? So I figured I would oh, what's up, Buttercup? Figured I'd go live. I was gonna go live and then seen Super Trucker Dan, so I hopped on his live to see what he was up to. Time has shifted videos. I guess this is now. Yes, I'm normally, so with my videos, I'm normally like a week and a half in. So whatever you're seeing is generally about a week to a week and a half prior. Let's see if I can fix this camera real quick. Hold on just a second. This mount, I don't like where the mount is. It's every time I move the steering wheel, it touches the cord. Can y'all hear me okay? Yeah. Hey, can y'all hear me okay? Does it sound better with the mic? All right. So no, stuck as in I was supposed. I did a 2-pick load today. I was over in Monroe, Illinois, and picked up some shelving material and had a pick in Buffalo Grove, Illinois, which is a little northwest of Chicago. Supposed to be there around 3 to 3:30, or well, that's what time I should have been there. They were gonna stay open till 5 to get me loaded, and then I had a drop over in Waterloo, Iowa. So I was planning on picking that up and then running over to the Iowa 80 in Walcott and sitting there for the weekend. And on 90 went split lanes. You had 2 lanes, and you had a single lane with concrete barriers on both sides, and another lane with concrete barriers on both sides. I just so happened to get in that middle lane, and I'm guessing someone wasn't paying attention. Obviously, probably on their phone, TikToking or YouTubing or whatever, and run into a semi, run into the back of another semi, so it kind of caved his front hood in, messed up his radiator fan and everything else. So I got stuck there for like 2 hours waiting on a tow truck. And that put me getting to the shipper at 5:30, and I offered him $100 to stay 30 minutes late, and he said he couldn't because he said he would have done it, but he had a concert that he had to go to tonight. So I tried finding parking, and I have no worries about getting killed. I'm not in Chicago now. I had to drive about 20, 25, 30 miles outside of Chicago to find somewhere to park. I went to a couple truck stops around Chicago, and there wasn't nothing. The pilots were full, the loves were full. So I come over to, I'm at the Hampshire, Illinois, west of where I need to pick up, sitting at the loves. There's a loves, there's a TA, there's a road ranger across the street. So now Monday, I'm supposed to be, well, not supposed. I was planning on being in Waterloo delivering first thing Monday morning. That way I can get reloaded, and stuck here. So I'll have to drive back over there, pick up that second pickup, and then drive 250 miles to Waterloo. So I don't like this. Can't. Oh, there you go. All right, now I can see it. The comments were just popping up and disappearing. Ever figure out the weight distribution for those tractors? Yeah, they. I didn't have an issue with them. I rolled them across the scale. I think I was 32,000 on the trailer axles, 18,000 on the single, on the drive, and right at 10,000 on the steer. So I didn't have any issue with weight. The overall weight was like 32,000, 30 31,000 I think for the tractors. So it's nice having this new trailer and not having to worry about anything. Because I want to say them tractors were supposed to be 25,000, which I could have hauled with the old trailer. But if I would have loaded them up and then scaled them, I would have been at 32,000 on the trailer axles. Way overweight. I stuck on the Mass Pike for 2 hours this afternoon. Wait, in New York for the weekend. Alton, Nebraska, Monday morning. Yeah, I'm not fond. I mean, I don't have an issue going to New York, but I'm not. I try to stay away from that area as much as I can, just because of all the tolls and everything. I mean, if y'all watch the numbers video, the tolls for last month was right at $800, all because of Baltimore, which Baltimore is not too bad. I think that toll going under the tunnel is like $4 or $5 every time you go under it. But when you're hitting from Baltimore, running over into PA, and then hitting 80 all the way across, uh, and then coming back that way, it gets expensive. Plus, you know, the one from Baltimore up to New York, going across the George Washington and all that. I tried getting around, and it added like 400 miles to the overall trip. So I just said screw it and took the tolls. Uh, you have any tips for new drivers? Current company. I'm currently in the academy through Swift Transportation. Thanks for what you do. I appreciate it, Jayhawks. The biggest tip I could give for new drivers is don't be scared of backing in or anything like that. You, you can learn it pretty quick. The biggest thing is, and I still do it, and I consider myself pretty good at backing. But I mean, there's times where it'll be a tight back or whatnot, and I'm not quite sure of it. Hit the brakes, go out and look, uh, and don't be afraid to ask. Most of the truckers out here, they'll help you if you ask them. So if you're ever in a bind, always ask for help. Whenever I see someone backing in, even if it's an easy back, I'll get out and help if it looks like they need help, or go ask them if you want me to spot you in. Uh, but yeah, just you know, always, anything you're unsure of, stop. Get out and check it out. Don't don't try to do it so you don't embarrass yourself. Don't worry about embarrassing yourself. No one cares. It gets nitty gritty on spreads and individual. Yes, they do. Uh, so that's why if I'm not, like the tractors, when I took off from the port with them tractors, I knew they seemed a little heavier than what they were listed as. So I went over, stopped at the cat scale, and run across, and seen that I was only, I think, 31 and some change on the trailer axle. So I was good. There wasn't no need in spreading. Yeah, spread reefer. DOT was all over me, checking to make sure my tires was rated properly. Yes, yes. Uh, a lot of DOTs also they don't care what your trailer axle what limit or limitations are. When they so take like a hot shot trailer for instance, a gooseneck. You could have 12K axles, two 12K axles, so technically you can have 24,000 pounds over the axles before you're overweight. A lot of times they don't even look at the sticker on the trailer. They'll look at your tire and see what rating your tire is, and add all of them up. Uh, Only stupid question is a question you didn't ask. No matter how ridiculous it seems, ask, get an answer. Exactly, exactly. Uh, like I said, don't be embarrassed about anything out here. Uh, I see a lot of what I'd call new drivers. You could tell, they're having a lot of issues backing up or whatnot. They'll get frustrated, and they do one of two things. They either drive off, say forget the parking spot and then go find somewhere else, or they end up getting themselves in a bind trying to do something they're not sure of, and could possibly damage their truck or another truck. So yes, Flashy Trooper is my son, and he started a little YouTube channel for his gaming or whatnot. But you better stay off them games all day. Go outside and do something. Have you had to deal with any illegal aliens crossing your property? Not yet. Luckily, I'm about, as a crow flies, I would say probably 150, about 150 miles from the border, straight line. Now we have seen an uptick in, uh, illegal aliens coming through our town. It seems like every time I'm home, take the last time I was home. I think I was home for 5 days, 6 days, something like that, and they had several vehicles pulled over uh, with the Hondo police and then border patrol, state troopers, and there'll be 8, 10 of them sitting outside, sitting on the ground in handcuffs, waiting on the van to come pick them up. Uh, about a month ago, they stopped the train that rolls through Hondo, and they had probably about a mile, 2 mile, a mile and a half or so of the road covered on both sides of the trains. And we're looking through the sunflower fields because I guess some of them hopped off and took off running. Let me see if I missed any comments. Uh, what's up, Buttercup? Time has shifted in your videos. Yeah. How the family's good. Wife's working. Kids are at home right now. Daughter will be starting band camp here pretty soon. So they're all good. We did lose our dog last Saturday. So that was a little rough. He he got. We think he got kicked. That's what we thought. About a month and a half ago, because he loves chasing the cows. Well, we had let him out to use the restroom. He chased the cows off, and when he come back, he was limping on his back right leg. And we took him. This was on a Saturday, so we run him up to the vet and got X-rays. They said they didn't see any fractures or breaks or anything like that. They said it was probably a bruised tendon or ligament or something like that. And they said take him home, watch him, see how he does, and if it doesn't look like he's getting any better, bring him back up. So he looked like he was getting better, and then all of a sudden he went back to limping again, walking on three legs. So we set him up another appointment along with our other dogs for their yearlies, and when we took him in, they did another X-ray, and on the bone, it looked like a root ball, just with uh, little fingers going everywhere. So yeah, they said he may have had a week or two left because he had stopped eating also, but we were thinking it was because of the heat, in South Texas, because our other dogs do the same thing. So we didn't realize, I guess how much he had stopped eating. I guess the other dogs were eating some of his food, but yeah, so that was a little rough. But other than that, we're all good. We're all good. For spread, 40K pounds. Each tire needs to be rated for 5K each. Yes, yeah. I think a minimum, if you're running a 40 spread, a 10-2 spread, the minimum I think is a J rating, which is I believe 5,600 pounds per tire. I would have to go out there and look, but each axle no more than 20. Make sure. Yeah, it is. It is a pain. I will tell you, when I had that other trailer, I did pull I think two loads where I was a little overweight. Not by much, but I was a little overweight, and I said screw it and made the trip because I checked. I got loaded, and like I'd be getting loaded out in the boonies, and the closest cat scale would be 100 miles away, and it always seemed to happen on a Friday. Both times happened on a Friday. One was the when I hauled the New Holland track, the all the balers and stuff from New Holland, PA. It was, I think I was 20, right at 25,000. So pre-pass helped me out there because I would have had to wait till Monday before I could get it fixed, and so I just yeah. Yes, property is very expensive where I'm at. It's crazy how much it's gone up. When I bought that land that I'm on now, uh, I paid like 5,800 an acre, and to me that was expensive. Coming from Louisiana, where you could get land for like 1,200 to 2,000 an acre, uh, that was expensive, and it uh it's gone up about 1.5 times. I think right now for our per acre, like in the area that I'm in, is running around 14 to 15,000 an acre. And then like closer to town, when we were looking to buy like 7 years ago, you could get it for around 20 to 25,000 an acre. And I think that's up around 40 to 50,000 an acre is what they list that for now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Where are you at now? Known now. I am in Hampshire, Illinois. Like I said, I'll have to wait here until Monday. And what I'll probably end up doing is Sunday. I'll probably drive back and go to the area that I'm going to be picking up in and see if there's somewhere I can park. That way, I'm not having to drive 30 minutes on a Monday morning going into Chicago. So, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. And Christopher Richards, that may be what the Jays are rated for. Uh, I'd have to look. I was thinking they were like 56, 58, but they may be rated up there. As far as my tires go, tires are expensive right now. It's crazy. But I found this website. It's called I think simpletire.com, I believe is the website. So you can go on there and order your tires. And I was finding, like Goodyears and uh, Firestones and stuff like that for like $400. Which, if you buy the Xline Energy, what brand is that? That's what I have on the steers right now. Goodyear, I believe. I seen at the TA they were $1,400. I bought these at Costco for like right at $500, and then took them down to my little tire shop. And they put them on for I think $28. But you can on that simpletire.com you can find pretty much all your name brand big tire your semi tires, and it's a lot cheaper. And what they do is you pay for the tire, and I think it's a $60 fee to have them put on. So you pay the price for the tire, which is over half off of what the truck stops uh, charge you, and then you pay that fee to put it on, and they will find a tire shop in your area. Mine just so happened to be Southern Tire Mart, so they'll like overnight or 2 day the tires to the tire shop. Then you show up and they'll put the tires on for you. You walk in, you show them the email from Simple Tire, and you don't have to pay anything to Southern Tire Mart. The same when I had that other trailer, the the tires that I bought from Southern Tire Mart or from Simple Tire, I bought them for like I think they were 241 a piece for the trailer tires. From Southern Tire Mart, them tires were like 480, right at $500 a pop. So I saved over half just doing that. So it's a good website. I do notice though sometimes like they'll have the Michelins or the Goodyears, and sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll have like you know your Firestones or Yokohamas and stuff like that. Back. Man, I hate that the comments disappear. I guess I need to get me another device. That way I can set it to the side and see the comments on it. Uh, Back then was 15 years ago. I just bought two or 10. Okay, are you talking about the tires, like buying extra tires and leaving them to the side? I wish I would have done that before the prices shot up so high. Just like I said, I can still get them for a decent price off that simple tire, but I mean, they've still gone up considerably on there too. I think DIY Semi had bought a lot of tires right before everything started going up. So I wish I would have done that. Let's see. Got Michelin X lines. They do good. Steers run me. Yeah, I, mine are doing real good. I mean, they still look brand new on the steer. Both steers look brand new. Uh, it's getting about time to start looking for drives. So I'll have to be replacing them probably here in the next couple months. No, Garmin starts asking me for commands. Uh, so yeah, I'll be ordering probably from Simple Tire here pretty soon. Hopefully, I get a decent deal on some tires, and if I do, I'll show y'all. You know, I'll record it. And plus, you know, every morning I go out, uh, I check the steers with check the air pressures on the steers. I'll thump the tires about once a week. I'll check all the other ones with the air gauge, but the steers they get checked every day with the air gauge. Make sure they're good because you know keep them from premature wear. What's up, John? Yeah, I don't go live a whole lot, but like I said, I was gonna go live today because I'm a little bored right now, and then Super Trucker Dan popped up, and I was like, man, you never see Super Trucker Dan live, so I went into his, watched his live, and waited till he got done. Casing credit was to send them in to recap. Yeah, yeah. You, I don't know if all loves do it, but I know I had one spare that I changed out a tire. No, I did end up getting a hole in it, and I told him I got a new tire. I put that tire on the trailer. I was just gonna take it back home with me and get rid of it down at my little local tire shop. And I ended up getting a load that took up all the trailer. So I stopped by Love's and I was just gonna pay to have it, for them to take it. And they actually gave me like I think it was like 23,000 credits on the which comes out to like 23 bucks. But they gave me credits on my loyalty card for giving for letting them take the tire because it was still a good tire. All it needed was recapped. Evening, Woods and Bike in Maryland. I've been running Maryland a lot. So far since I've been back though, I haven't touched the port. Let's see. I'm extremely anal on steers. I am too. I am too. Like I said, they get checked every single day. The other ones, the drives and the trailers, I'll take my little thumper and go thump them. But yeah, steers, I put an air gauge on them every day. I got Hurricane Express next to me, and his generator is. I don't see it smoking, but you can smell it. He's got a little tri-pack evolution, and it's filling my truck up with the fumes. So I might have to find somewhere else to park. How does a single axle compare to a double axle? It could be a little bit more of a headache. Yeah, I won't lie. It could be a little bit more of a headache finding loads, but now that I have this trailer, it makes it a lot easier. The old trailer, I mean, y'all see, I pretty much every video or every video of the load I take. I normally tell the numbers. If I don't, it's just because I forgot. But I mean, I've done pretty good. I mean, this whole year alone, I've only had 1 week where I've done less than 10,000, and that was when I took that, not the Skytrack. I took that the what was that? The man basket from up in Kansas, where the Wizard of Oz house was. I picked that up there, went to Houston, dropped off Friday morning in Houston, and I couldn't. I mean, there was some loads, but it was loads going like all the way back to the East Coast. Well, I was wanting to be home the following week. I think the following Thursday. So, I was talking with my dispatcher, and there was some decent paying loads coming out of Houston going, like I said, to the East Coast, either the East Coast or the West Coast. I'm not going to go to the West Coast because loads aren't paying that well over there right now. Uh, and I didn't want to go all the way back over to the East Coast and have an issue finding a load to get me back to Texas. So we said, screw it. And I just drove home. And I think I drove home that week for 98.50 or 98.25. So that's been my lowest week so far this year. Uh, when I'm actually out on the road, I think this week is like 10.3.25. I think so. It was close. Close to not making it this week, but we pulled it out. Uh, I always kept at least one good spare mounted under my reefer. I enjoy set up. You legally gross and scale. So I can, on paper, I'm apportioned at 72, 40 on the trailers, 20 on the drive, 12 on the steer. So I'm apportioned at 72. That would mean, and I'm at 28.5, empty weight, full of fuel, with me in it and my clothes. So that puts me at, I think, just over 43,000. But I will never be able to scale 43. I could scale up to 35. Uh, I could probably go up to about 37 if I was able to put that load, most of the weight of that load, over the trailer axles, with it being spread. But I don't, when I'm looking for loads, I normally set up for 30,000. Or I think we're actually set up at 34. So I try not to go over 34, just because I may call on a load that, if I see something that's 36,000 pounds, and it's requiring a 53-foot deck space, I don't know that I'll be able to set the weight right on the trailer. So now if I see a, in the comments on a load that says, like we were thinking about taking one Monday, it was a oversized, I think 9.6 and 11 tall. So that would have put me at 14, I think 14.2 and 9.6 wide. Uh, that one was 36,000 pounds, but it was a tractor. So I know I can scale that. I can move that around on the deck and get it right. But so yeah, normally I won't look for anything over 34. And like I said, I normally don't have an issue. Now, if I had a tandem, and I will have a tandem, my dream truck is a Freightliner. Other people have They look at the Peterbilt 379s and the Kenworth W9s, and don't get me wrong, they're beautiful trucks. But the truck that catches my eye when I'm driving down the road is always a Freightliner Classic. That's the truck I want, and that's the truck I'll have here pretty soon. Uh, I would like to. You're gonna put in axle dumps for when you're for the spread. I would like to. I would like to leave it spread all the time instead of running it in tandem, and be able to lift the front axle is what I would like. I say that. No, I take that back. I don't want to run spread always because if I'm hauling light, that's like wear and tear that you don't really need to do on your truck. Well, let's see. I'll answer a few more, but Super Trucker Dan just went live again. I think he's walking around the truck show. Uh, I'm glad. I'm glad you got pull started that one day. Crazy expensive. Yes, yes, it was. And the reason I had to get pull started was because I was backed into a dock and it was inside the building, and the dock, like right in front of the hood, was a incline. So there wasn't any other people. The people that were working there, like literally every vehicle in the parking lot was about the size of a Prius. So I had nothing there. I tried calling out a few times on the radio on the CB to see if there was any truckers around. No one answered. And their forklifts, I don't think their forklifts could have pulled me up that hill. So, and that was right at closing time. They didn't have an issue with it, but you could tell they wanted me out. So I made calls and had to get it out. Uh, it was crazy. Just their shop rate, like not for towing me, but like if I would have took the truck to their shop and had them replace the starter, just their shop rate was $295 an hour. I thought Doggett was bad. Doggett Freightliner in San Antonio is, I believe, 195 an hour to work on your truck. I thought that was high, but 295 an hour is crazy. Yes, I love the classic too, Mike. Like I said, that's my favorite truck. I'm talking the AC for RV part. Let's see, did I miss something? My buddy has an old Dodge van RV that's junk. Its AC unit works amazing. If I get him to sell it, would you want to buy it? No, I think I'm not gonna go the RV route. I'm gonna put a mini split on it. I think it would fit really good right here, and then I just take these speakers right here and move this one over and that other one over just a little bit. So, and I want to go up to a 3200. I think the Westinghouse, I believe, you could do the remote start and stop. So I think that would be pretty cool. It basically like an APU, right? If you could start it and then you control your AC in here, it's the same thing as an APU. Uh, but I can mount it over on the passenger side on the frame rail, and then uh, yeah, and then I'll be good. I'll be good. Yes, I'd say I agree with you, Woods and Bike. Classics are best trucks for sure, and they're so big. The room you have in them compared to like a 379 or compared to a W9, and you get the Freightliner FLD 132, which is the classic XL. That thing is huge. Uh, yes, the Iowa 80 Jamboree is this week. That's kind of why I was wanting to go. I was wanting to get that load picked up today and run down there because it was showing on Trucker Path that people were posting on there that there was many spots, and I figured it would be full, but even Super Trucker Dan said there was parking, so I was wanting to get that picked up today, and then I would have been like an hour and a half from or maybe 2 hours from Walcott, and then I could have spent the weekend in Walcott doing the truck show, plus all the amenities that you have at the Iowa 80, uh, which is I love the Iowa 80. Uh, I don't like spending money, but it's a good place to take a reset. Rod Moody, yes, Super Trucker Dan is an icon, and you will be. I appreciate that. I don't think I don't know. I feel like I fit in a niche of YouTube because I drive a single axle. I mean, what truckers want to watch? Well, I mean, obviously y'all want to watch. So I don't know. It might happen, but I really do appreciate that. I think I had a comment the other day that said, and it was the first one that I've gotten that said I got him into trucking, and I don't it's touching, it's weird, you know, and touching at the same time. I guess I don't know how to explain it. I told my buddy Sean about it, Super Trucker Sean, or yeah, Super Trucker Sean, Trucker Style Sean. I was like, dude, did you see that comment? Like, it made me feel good. Let's see. I had the same thing. Mike James, I had the same thing happen too. I went and rented a U-Haul. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have got an Uber. Went down and got the little U-Haul truck for 19.95 a day. Come back at see that this is another great thing for with YouTube too, because the people you meet, the other experienced truckers that's watch my channel. Mr. Greg gives great advice in the comments. I love it. I seen one earlier and I haven't been able to reply back, but I mean he wrote a book. He wrote a book earlier, basically in the comments. So I'm gonna have to go back. I seen the notification, but I was driving at the time, so I couldn't look at it. Uh, yeah, that's what I like about YouTube. Like I said, I'm not trying to be morbid, but the reason I started YouTube, right? Because it's something my kids can watch, and if anything ever happened, right? It'll always be on there as long as Google and YouTube are around. So, and then it's turned into this, and you know I like it. I like it. I love filming, even though I'm not the greatest. I guess I kind of say I'm lazy, right? Time lapse and driving. That's basically it. One thing I need to work on is showing more of the load once I'm loaded. Because y'all see in the videos, I'm like, here's the load, guys. We're loaded. Let's get on the road. And I think it'd be a lot more helpful because I'm seeing people that are new, like uh, what was his name that commented earlier, asking for advice. Uh, there's new people that are watching it, and I think it'd be a lot more helpful to them seeing how I strap stuff maybe, or how I chain down, how I position load, stuff like that. Because I will tell you, with a single axle, you get really really good at figuring out your weight distribution. Because you don't want to go back to the shipper and have to get them to reposition everything. Same. That was the best choice considering the circumstances. Yeah. Uh, yeah, it was woods and bike. Even though I kicked myself in the butt for I put a wrench on the ground and make sure it was tight. hopped up underneath. When I grabbed the ground on the starter, I was checking it coming off of the starter. I should have grabbed it coming off the frame, and I would have known it then. I guess frustration and everything else. It was overlooked. If I would have seen that, then it would have been a quick fix. I could have got it started, saved $944, and been on the road. But you learn. I mean, that's like the engine incident, right? When I dropped the valve, I was loaded, fully loaded with PVC pipe. I was at a rest area in just outside Cincinnati. So here I am, basically a blown motor, trying to figure out what I could do. So I started calling all them. I had to call probably 30 to 40 mechanics around Cincinnati, and back then everything was. This was back in last May of 21, I think. That's when it was super busy. Getting into a mechanic was almost impossible. But everyone I called, they were telling me, it'll be a month and a half to 2 months before we can even look at it. Well, as a new business, I can't do that. I can't go 2 months, without. I'd have to go back to the oil field. Uh, well, when I called Cummins was like, yeah, we can get right on it. We can get right on it. That was a mistake. So, learning from that, what I should have done was I should have hired a hot shot. Uh, I should have dropped the trailer, hired a hot shot to load my truck up, or another semi, and took the truck back to San Antonio. That's what I should have done. But I know now. I know what to do next time. I will hopefully that don't happen next time or anytime. Uh, I wasn't in a rush like you. Okay, talking about having to get pulled out. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I wasn't. They weren't rushing me. They were super nice. Hey, look, you know, do what you have to do. We understand. Stuff happens. But at the same time, they would come over like every 5 to 10 minutes. Do you know when the truck's going to be here? Do you know when the truck's going to be here? Do you know when? So it's like you could tell they weren't rushing, but they were rushing. I enjoy your channel. I left the Wolffield after 12 years and got a single axle 9200i with a C12 and started pulling campers and boats, looking to get a step deck and make the jump. Appreciate it, Chris. The 92, the older internationals, they're actually catching my eye too. The one with the big square, I think it was is a 93 or 9800i, one of the ones. There's another YouTuber I watch that has one. Shoot, I can't think of his name now. Got a brain fart. But it's the old internationals with the big square nose on it. They're a good looking truck. That truck you got, that's a little C12. It's a small motor. It's like mine, right? But they get the job done. And I think going into either flatbed or step deck, I think that's going to work for you. Because I heard there's not much money in campers. Uh, because you can't backhaul. You you could probably do power only getting back, but I know with the pickups that do it, I know there's not good money in it because I had a couple friends that did it and they got it. They just left and went back to the oil field. That's true. Actually, I like 379, but I sort of like the W9. Yeah, like I said, I like them. If I had the chance to get one at a decent price, I would buy one. I don't have a problem with them. They're good looking trucks, but like the the truck that catches my eye is a classic. Yes, you're right, Christopher. Yeah, you can put a queen size bed in it, still have room. That would have been a great weekend. Yes, I'm talking about this weekend, woods and bikes. Yeah, I think it would have been good. Yeah, I've never been to a gym. I've never been to a truck show, so I think I would have enjoyed it, and I probably would have seen Super Trucker Dan. Obviously I would have seen his live, so I'd have been going around trying to find him. I'd have been one of those guys. Hey, Super Trucker Dan, I love your videos. Let's see. Is Cali the only state that outlawed pre-emission trucks? Any other states talking about it? Corey. Yes, Cali is the only one uh, that has the ban on, or the ban on the pre-emissions trucks. But you see them every time. Yeah, you see them everywhere in California. Everywhere. So they're not really enforcing it. When I was in Tulare, I went to the races that Saturday night. I watched uh, the Outlaws, basically, of the West Coast. The guy I was sitting next to, we got to talking. He owns a trucking company in California, and even he told me, he's like, man, you don't have to worry about them here. He said, like, once in a blue moon, the carb will set up at like the scale house on 10 going into California. But he said carb normally patrols pretty heavy, like Southern California, right at the border. Because when they outlawed all the pre-emissions trucks, a lot of them trucks went south of the border. So now they come back through the border from Mexico into, the drivers will come into Southern California, to deliver or pick up, and then they go back across. So they sit down there a lot and trying to catch them. He said the main thing with CARB in California is they do a lot of their enforcement going to the trucking company, and putting the sniffers on all the trucks, making sure they're in compliance and stuff like that. But I mean, one of the loads I picked up in Commerce City, there was a guy in front of me that had Cali plates on his truck and no def tank or nothing. So we got to talking. He's got two trucks running in California that last year he had just renewed the license on, the registration on them, and they're both older than a 2000. So I don't understand it. Like how are they getting registrations on these trucks? And he didn't understand it either. He said, "Man, I didn't lie to them. They seen what year model it was, obviously, because it's on the title." So, but yeah, you see, like a lot of the hay trucks over there, they're all pre-emission. All of them are pre-emission. W900 Studios are real roomy, but cost is high, even for a used one. Yeah, uh, I've seen a few of them, but parked next to a few of them, and yeah, they got a pretty big bunk. Have you seen Daniel's Snow Goose yet? The Green Classic. No, no, I don't know who Daniel Snow is. I guess I haven't seen that YouTube channel. Good evening, Jim. How are you? Chris Sanford. She's ugly but runs great and was cheap. Yeah, that's same with mine, right? She's ugly. She ain't pretty, but she's cheap to run. I get good fuel mileage out of it when I keep my foot out of the gas, and I mean she gets the job done. Well, well, I'll have to check that out. Welk's Farm on YouTube did a full rebuild on one of those international eagles. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Like I said, they've been growing on me. Every time I see one, I'm like, man, that thing actually looks pretty good. Reefer and dry van aren't crap right now for freight rates. That's what I've been hearing. Uh, I've talked to several people that is not that great. I do multi haul with a 53 trailer and get cars and boats. Okay. Do you have? Are you pulling them small trailers with the winch and the track system? So you pull them on, strap them all down, and then when you well, like with that on the backhaul, you can pull cars on it too. So that would be pretty decent. Because I know, talking to the couple people that I knew that were doing it, it pays decent, right? It was paying like $3 a mile, 3.25 a mile, but they would drive to California, drop a trailer, and have to deadhead all the way back over to was it Illinois? I think is where all of them are. Indiana, one of them states. I see it all the time when I drive by it. I just don't remember. You should do the Joplin show. Bring yours up. Guilty by Association show is killer. Joplin. When is I'll have to check to see when that show is. Brown did interviews with Daniel Snow. I Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'll have to check into that. Daniel Snow. Yes, sir. So, all right, guys, I'm fixing to hop off here. I appreciate y'all coming in. Uh, I like. I might have to do this more often. I like interacting with everybody, and it's a lot easier this way than having to write comments back. What's up, David? How are you? Knoxville, Tennessee. I've been through Knoxville twice this week. I'll be on it. Daniel Snow. I have to, like I said, I'm gonna have to. I'll check out his channel. Uh, I don't think I've. I may have seen something. I don't remember. I appreciate it, David. Honest, I think. Don't quote me on it. Yeah, I'll check into it. Cause honestly, I need to go by Joplin anyway. I need to get a new hood for this truck, but I got it fixed for now. So, like I said, I have a hard time spending money when just to make it look pretty. Appreciate it, Woods and Bike. All right, guys and gals, if there's any gals in here, uh, appreciate y'all stopping by. I think I'm fisting to run up to the store and get me some dinner. I'm feeling a gyro from Arby's for some reason. I've been craving that all week, but we'll holler at y'all later. I might do another live tomorrow or Sunday, being that I'm not going to have anything to do here. So, and I'm sure y'all see this truck stop on the video that comes out in about two in about 2 weeks for this load. So, I appreciate it, Jim. All right, Christopher. I will. We'll see y'all later.